Hello everybody, Tom God 3 here. Welcome back to the Pokemon Universe fanfic series reviews. Today I'll be doing the review of episode 11, Kingdom Battle. All hail Queen Luna? I needed to make a Luna developed episode because obviously we're long overdue for one because, you know, Trent just got done with his gym battle, so it's the perfect opportunity to develop Luna's character. So this episode came into mind, and way more happened than I wanted to happen, but I'm glad that it happened when I got done writing it, and we get a character out of it, well, a reoccurring character out of it. So I like the way it's gone so far. So without further ado, let's get into that plot summary. The episode begins with Trent and the others traveling, and Trent's reminiscing over the fact that he won his first badge and all, but he's really in a hurry because Trent is an impatient little bastard, and he wants to get to his second badge quickly. Coda figures out on the map that there's actually a way to get to Aldentown much faster than the main route, and it's to cross a bridge. The problem is, while the bridge is pointed out on the map, there's no signs that lead to the bridge. There's nothing promoting the bridge there. So everyone's wondering, well, why is that the case? Well, Luna's wondering why that's the case. Trent doesn't care. All he heard was shortcut, and he's in a hurry, so he immediately runs to the bridge. And Luna and Coda chase after him because he's in a hurry. And when that ends up happening, Trent actually sees that there's a bunch of Pokemon trainers that are all near the bridge, but none of them have crossed the bridge yet, and they're all complaining. Why are they complaining? Because there's a knight with a Bisharp that's defeating all of the trainers at the bridge before they even get the chance to cross, so they can't cross the bridge unless they can get past the knight, and a lot of the trainers are getting frustrated. One of the battles that Trent, Luna, and Coda gets to see is Bisharp fight off against a Scyther. Scyther charges in with X-Scissors while Bisharp charges in with Metal Claw. The two hit each other at the exact same time, like samurai style, but Scyther ends up getting the one getting defeated. So all the trainers get frustrated at this point, and they all pretty much leave except for Trent, Luna, and Coda. Trent, eager to cross the bridge really badly and hyped up because of the fact that he already defeated Flo and his ego's really high right now, believes that he can go ahead and take on Bisharp and the Knight. The Knight reveals himself to be named Sir Sterling. And for those of y'all who don't know, the word sterling is based off of steel, or silver, sorry. Is like a steal, so, you know, it's a pun, yay. So Trent gets up the courage to do it, and Luna tells Trent that he's being a little over cocky since he defeated Flo. Trent ignores him and uses Pichu in order to battle. So then he challenges Sir Sterling, and Sir Sterling talks a lot like how a royal knight would, obviously, and pay attention to this because it's a continuing theme throughout the episode. He talks like a royal knight, and Bisharp's ready to battle. Pichu's ready to battle. It looks a little nervous because it's a Pichu versus a Bisharp. In reality, this fight should never happen. But, yeah, the fight goes on, and when the fight actually starts, Bisharp winds up going in and using, Swords Dance to get stronger. Trent tells Pichu to use Thunder Wave. Then Sir Sterling tells Bisharp to stick its arm into the ground. When he does this, the Thunder Wave travels on Bisharp's body, then goes down Bisharp's arm and hits straight into the ground, canceling the Thunder Wave out. Basically, since Bisharp's body is made out of steel, it uses its arm as a lightning rod in order to cancel the attack out. So at this point, yeah, it's looking pretty bad for Trent. Bisharp goes ahead and uses agility and gets faster so it can hit Pichu. Trent tells Pichu to charge it with Headbutt, knowing that electric attacks aren't going to work here. Pichu tries to charge with Headbutt, but Bisharp's so fast, Sir Sterling tells Bisharp to use Metal Claw. Bisharp disappears before Pichu and then reappears under Pichu, hits it with Metal Claw. Pichu flies in the air and faints. It's over. So that ended really quickly. So Trent's all upset that he lost, and then they're about to just go ahead and leave, and then Luna's like, hold on a minute, I'll go ahead and take on Bisharp and Sir Sterling. She uses Cyndaquil, her Cyndaquil. So Cyndaquil's fighting off against Bisharp now, and the battle begins. When the battle starts, Cyndaquil uses Flame Wheel towards Bisharp, and Bisharp's about to knock it away with Metal Claw. But since Cyndaquil is in a rolling formation when it uses Flame Wheel, Luna tells Cyndaquil to stop its Flame Wheel attack in mid Flame Wheel. Cyndaquil stops, so now it's facing Bisharp, and Bisharp just wound up using Metal Claw on nothing because it stopped its charge. So then Luna uses this opening as an advantage to use Fire Spin on Bisharp. Bisharp takes a whole lot of damage. And then Cyndaquil uses Smoke Screen to cloud itself. Bisharp winds up spinning really fast and using Sword Dance. The spinning causes the smoke to clear out of the way and cancels out the Fire Spin. Luna tells Cyndaquil to use Flame Wheel again, and Bisharp counters it with Metal Claw this time, and the two collide. But then Luna tells Cyndaquil to stop midway while it's getting hit by the Metal Claw, and while Cyndaquil's flying back, it uses Ember. It hits Bisharp. Bisharp ends up getting hit too because, fire hasn't super effective on steel. So Bisharp ends up falling back a little bit, but it does block some of it with Iron Defense. So now Bisharp winds up using Agility to charge Cyndaquil one more time. Luna tells Cyndaquil to use Smoke Screen to hide itself. Bisharp ends up swiping forward with Metal Claw, but it misses. Then when it looks up in the air, Cyndaquil's in the air. Luna tells Cyndaquil to use Ember on the Smoke Screen, not on Bisharp, on the Smoke Screen. The smoke and the fire ignite on each other, causes a huge explosion, and Bisharp ends up fainting. Thus Luna wins. When Luna winds up winning, she's like, alright guys, we can pass the bridge now. But before she even gets the chance to finish her sentence, Sir Sterling grabs her and asks her what her name is. Luna reveals her name, and when she does, Sir Sterling basically grabs her by the arm and takes her and is like, yeah, you might be the one we're looking for. So she drags Luna across the bridge, and Trent and Coda basically go, alright, we might as well follow her in order to see what's going on. So then at this point, Sir Sterling takes them to a town known as Whitestone Kingdom. Now, Whitestone Kingdom is a very... You know how there's places that choose, to be Amish or choose to be, traditional, like ninja villages and things like that? Well, this is a Royal Knights Renaissance-like area. It's set back in a kingdom-like culture. So because of that, their whole town is set up like a Renaissance town. So they're in Whitestone Kingdom, and they make it to the castle, the Royal Whitestone Castle. Sir Sterling tells Coda and Trent that they can't go in because they're considered outsiders, and he needs Luna right now to talk to the what's known as the Royal Circle. They're basically the big people in charge of the entire kingdom, along with the king himself. So they take her, and Trent and Coda basically just wait outside, and they're like, crap. So they get bored while they're outside. But while that's happening, Sir Sterling takes Luna into the Royal Circle's room and explains to them what is going on. He states that Luna is the one that bested him in battle and feels that Luna should be the one that's the new heir to the throne of being queen. And at this point, Luna's super shocked, and she's like, whoa, what the hell's going on? He explains the entire situation. He explains that their king, the king of Whitestone Kingdom, has recently passed. He was old, he got ill, he's gone, he's dead. So they need a new king, and because they need a new king because their defenses are low. Without a king, obviously people are going to try to attack them. So a lot of the Royal Circle, and I do give them all names, but I don't feel like going through them all right now, because I think one's named Sir Demetrius, Lady Rita, and others. There's a bunch of just different people. So all of them actually question the fact that Sir Sterling lost to Luna, and they learn that Luna's very strategic, she's cunning, and she's powerful. So at this point, they do consider it, and they want to talk it over. And while they have time to talk it over, they leave, Sir Sterling and Luna leave the Royal Circle's room. And Luna is pissed because, one, she didn't know that this was thing that they wanted to talk about. Secondly, she doesn't want to be the queen of Whitestone Kingdom because she's got bigger matters to attend to. Obviously, she has to defeat the Destruction Kings, Yveltal, so that she can save the Gaeza region from being destroyed and avenge her village, which got destroyed by Yveltal in the first place. So she explains that, and Sir Sterling is like, this is further proof of how brave and powerful you are, why you need to be king. Queen. Luna then spots a guy. Now this guy is wearing like a modern, even though this is a Renaissance-like area, he's wearing modern clothing. He's wearing everyday, like, clothing. The sprite you see on the screen before you is like more of what he's wearing. He's more casual. And he's with, a Kirlia, the Pokemon Kirlia, the evolved form of Ralt. And they're just chilling at the balcony. Luna wants to know exactly who that is, and Sir Sterling basically explains that he's the king's son. Then Luna gets more pissed because she's like, wait a minute, can't you just use the king's son to be king? Like, he can take the throne? Sir Sterling says, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. He's not that strong. So then he overhears this, and his name is Vincent, by the way. His name is Sir Vincent, but he just goes by Vincent because he doesn't play that whole royal stick. He's the only one in Whitestone Kingdom for real who doesn't do the royal thing. And if this ever became an actual series, I want the guy who voices Ichigo to voice him. I don't know why. Every time I type his dialogue, I feel like Ichigo's the one that's talking. But anyway, he comes up and he's a little insulted by what happened, by Sir Sterling talking about him like that, saying he's too weak to be the king. But at the same time, he really kind of is acting like he doesn't care either. He's playfully just going, hey, uncle, are you talking about me? Also, yeah, fun fact, Sir Sterling is the king's brother. So he, in turn, is Vincent's uncle. It's important information, I guess. So because of that, when he learns that Luna introduces herself to Vincent, and Vincent asks Sir Sterling, can he get some drinks for himself and Luna, just some refreshments. And when Sir Sterling goes off to do that, Vincent goes ahead and challenges Luna to a battle, and he's like, hey man, homegirl, I'm not weak. Let me show you exactly how strong I really am. So they wind up going to a different room in order to battle. And when they battle, Luna winds up using Miss Drevis while Vincent ends up using his Kirlia, obviously. And the battle actually starts. And when the battle starts, Miss Drevis uses Psybeam. Yeah, uses Psybeam. While Kirlia winds up using Psycho Cut. And it cancels out, and then she uses Psybeam again, and Vincent tells Kirlia to use Double Team. So it knocks out one of the illusions. There's still 4 left. Luna's plan is to just mow them all down with Psybeam. Vincent takes that opportunity to have all the Kirlias jump in the air, and then all of them use Shadow Ball. Luna tells Miss Drevis to dodge all of the Shadow Balls, but because of that, Vincent tells Kirlia to use Agility and dive down to the ground because it's in the air right now, and all of them are going to dive down and use Psycho Cut. So then they all dive down and use Psycho Cut, and Miss Drevis dodges some of them, but it's the real Kirlia is way too fast and ends up hitting Miss Drevis. And yeah, the battle isn't over, but Sir Sterling winds up, he is about to come in, so he basically tells Luna to end the battle right there, just like, we'll stop things for now. So they both return their Pokemon, and Sir Sterling sees that they're in the battle room, but he doesn't know what just happened. And Sir Vincent goes ahead and says, yeah, Luna just beat the crap out of me in the battle, even though it's clear that Vincent was winning. Luna's about to explain that Vincent was the one that was winning the battle, but Vincent just covers Luna's mouth up, and he keeps going with this lie. Sir Sterling gives them their drinks, and then he states that the Royal Circle has requested Sir Sterling so that he can go ahead and meet with them. So Sir Sterling leaves again, and Luna is wondering why Vincent just basically lied about how strong he was in the battle, and why did he say that Luna was winning even though it was clear Vincent was winning the battle. Vincent explained, this is where we get Vincent's backstory, I guess. Or at least he explains himself. He explains, yes, it's true that I'm a pretty decent Pokemon trainer. Me and Curlia have some decent battling skill. But if Sir Sterling were to find that out, they would force him to become king. And he doesn't want to become king now. It's not that he doesn't want to become king. He just doesn't want to become king right now. He wants to travel the world a little bit so that he and Curlia can get stronger. And Curly is a boy. I don't know if you all need that information or not. But yeah, he wants to travel the world to become stronger. And then when he is strong enough, he'll come back and become a king that's strong enough to defeat Whitestone Kingdom. Now, Luna also figures out a little bit more. They learn that because there's several knights that wanted to become king in Whitestone Kingdom, they were denied due to their lack of strength or evil intentions, so they wound up forming their own group known as the Banished Knights, and Banished Knights want to take over Whitestone Kingdom the minute they hear that the king's no longer there. So because of that, the kingdom's a little bit vulnerable right now because the king is dead. So when that all takes place and he explains all of that to Luna, Luna comes to understanding like, oh, I get it. You want to have a chance to see the whole world and gain knowledge and battle experience. A knight then comes into the castle and states that there's a crisis going on outside. There's two banished knights trying to charge the castle and attack because there's no king, so they're trying their luck. There's two knights trying to get into the castle and wreak havoc. Thankfully, there's two trainers outside holding them off. Luna puts two and two together and realizes that there's only two trainers outside, and those are Trent and Coda. So Luna gets scared and is like, oh crap, I gotta go out there and help my friends. Vincent decides to go in after because originally the knight wanted to see Sir Sterling so that he can get him out here in order to defend the castle. But Vincent's like, there's no time to get my uncle to take care of this. We're gonna go ahead and take care of it. So they go outside, and Trent Hoot just got knocked out by Zangoose. And Coda's Pokemon just got knocked out. I can't remember what Pokemon Coda had at the time. I think it was either Magnemite or Tailo, one of the two. Got knocked out by Sneasel. So now they're about to get attacked. And right before they get attacked, Zangoose and Sneasel wind up getting hit by Shadow Ball and Psybeam from Curlia and Misdreavus respectively. So after that's said, it's a two-way battle. And Vincent winds up having his Curlia use Psycho Cut on Sneasel. And they're thinking, whoa, that won't work because Sneasel's a Dark-type Pokemon. Psychic-type attacks have no effect on Dark-type Pokemon. And Vincent is fully aware of this. When he uses Psycho Cut on Sneasel, Sneasel just stands there expecting the attack. But because of this, right now, Sneasel is so close to Curlia, Curlia can just go ahead and use a Shadow Ball on Sneasel and hit it point blank range, and he's out. So then Zangoose comes in and attacks, and Luna tries to use Astonish from behind on Zangoose. Zangoose turns around and counters the attack with Night Slash, which does a lot of damage to Misdreavus, and Misdreavus gets knocked out. So now it's Zangoose versus Curlia. And Zangoose and Curlia end up, I wrote this one in just because I liked it. Zangoose winds up using Fury Swipes, and Vincent has Curlia use Psycho Cut and Agility, so he can use Psycho Cut attacks and keep up with all the Fury Swipes. So it's like this cool Dragon Ball Z style, like, blade battle. So then they counter each other off, and he has Curlia use Shadow Ball. Now, again, Ghost-type attacks don't work on normal types, so why the Shadow Ball? He winds up using the Shadow Ball attack, and Zangoose is so cocky, it just goes ahead and charges with Slash, and the Shadow Ball goes through. But because of this, he's made himself wide open, and Curlia goes in at that point and has double teams to take on the Slash attack, and then while Zangoose is vulnerable, Vincent has Curlia go ahead and use Psybeam at point blank range. Zangoose gets hit, he's knocked out. And then the Banished Knights are like, what do we do now? Should we retreat? And Sir Sterling comes up with Bisharp and is like, yeah, you better retreat. But he says it in like a royal way because I wrote it that way. And after that, they go ahead and run. But because of this, Sir Sterling has seen the entire battle and knows that Curlia and Vincent are way stronger than Sir Sterling thought. And because of this, they want to go ahead and force Vincent to become king. Luna steps up and is like, hold on a minute. The reason you guys wanted me to be queen was because I was a great strategist. But the reason that I'm a great strategist is because me and my Pokemon have trust in each other and listen to each other. Maybe you should do the same to Vincent, hear his story, and then see what he thinks about the situation. Because of this, Sir Sterling agrees to this, and they all wind up going to the mess hall to eat. Because they all help defend the castle, so they all go eat. And when they go eat, the royal circle's there at the table as well. Vincent explains everything that he said to Luna, and they listen and then go, okay, it sounds like a good idea. If he's a stronger king, then our kingdom will be much stronger in itself. So they go, okay, we agree. You can go ahead and do this, but you have to come back in 7 months. But who's going to be the king while you're gone? Vincent goes ahead and says that my uncle, Sir Sterling, the one with the Bisharp, should go ahead and be temporary king until he gets back. So they all agree to this. And when they all agree to this, Vincent's allowed to travel. So Vincent's going off, and him and Curlia are going to travel the world in order to become stronger. And he parts ways with Trent, Luna, and Coda. He thanks Luna for everything, and they vow that they may meet again. And because of this, they part ways, and when they part ways, Sir Sterling actually stops our heroes for a second, and Sir Sterling actually gives Trent a Thunderstone. And Trent's like, what's this for? He's like, when your Pichu evolves into Pikachu, you can use this to make it stronger. Take note, that's for later. And because of this, Trent, Luna, and Coda part one way, Vincent parts another, and after that, the episode is basically over. Really liked the way this episode came out. I really liked the fact that I liked the character Vincent a lot. Because originally he wasn't meant to have such a big role in this episode. He was meant to be mentioned, and they were going to find some solution outside of that, or I was going to go ahead and make Vincent become king, and that would just be the solution to the episode, thus increasing Luna's character alone. But no, I fell in love with the character, decided to have him have more of a prominent role. So I felt there was a need to keep pushing his character. I don't know, I just felt there was an actual need to do that. So yeah, I fell in love with the character. I really liked how I wrote the battles. The battles were probably my favorite part of this entire episode, writing it, because I just liked the way they happened. I liked the way I choreographed them. Or at least in my mind. I love the fact that even though the focus was primarily on Luna, I was still able to make a story out of this episode, and it's very plot relevant. And yeah, there was a lot of things about this episode I just really liked. What do you guys think about the episode? What did you like? What did you dislike? What things do you think need work? Because I wrote this, so I really need you guys' critique. Me critiquing it isn't going to do as much, but I do really like how this episode came out. So, with that said, the next episode is titled Pichu Crew and the Poke Olympics. So I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyler on the guy 3.